A Kennedy White House Christmas. During their brief but memorable time in the White House, President John F. Kennedy, First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy, and their two children, Caroline and John Jr., celebrated the Christmas season with a delightful blend of time-honored traditions and personal touches. Despite their limited tenure, the Kennedys managed to make an undeniable mark on the festive atmosphere within the presidential residence. They infused their own unique spirit into the holiday season by introducing their own traditions. Jacqueline Kennedy had a keen eye for aesthetics and transformed the White House into a mesmerizing winter wonderland. She enlisted the expertise of renowned designers to create breathtaking holiday decorations, adorning the halls with magnificent Christmas trees, wreaths, and elegant ornaments, turning the White House into a truly captivating spectacle. Mrs. Eisenhower had already elevated the art of Christmas decorations at the White House, filling its rooms with carefully placed trees, wreaths, ribbons, and seasonal decor. But it was Mrs. Kennedy, with her impeccable taste, that continued this tradition but added her own unique flair. In the parlors, she arranged simple yet striking red and white floral displays, exuding a sense of warmth and festivity. The Cross Hall, East Room, and the North Entrance were graced with towering evergreen trees, filling the air with a delightful scent of pine. In the state dining room, Mrs. Kennedy ensured that the George P.A. Healy portrait of Abraham Lincoln was surrounded by lush evergreens, lending a touch of solemnity to the holiday ambiance. Even the entrance hall was not left untouched, as holly was artfully wrapped around the chandelier, allowing the space to emit a touch of natural Christmas beauty. The centerpiece of Mrs. Kennedy's Christmas decorations was undoubtedly the Blue Room tree. Each year, she carefully curated a specific theme to adorn the majestic tree, transforming it into a captivating display of creativity and enchantment. She drew inspiration from the timeless ballet The Nutcracker. The Blue Room tree became a whimsical wonderland, bedecked with delicate snowflakes, vibrant candy canes, miniature candles, charming toys, and delectable gingerbread cookies. Atop the tree was a shimmering golden star that served as a brilliant crowning touch, casting a warm glow over the room and captivating the imaginations of all who beheld it. In the subsequent year, Mrs. Kennedy made a few notable changes to the holiday decorations, which preserved the essence of her vision. Due to the Blue Room's renovation and restoration, the Christmas tree found a new home in the entrance hall, where its grandeur welcomed visitors and guests upon their arrival. Additionally, Mrs. Kennedy introduced a cherished tradition that endures to this day: the placement of a nativity scene in the East Room, positioned between two iconic portraits of George and Martha Washington. This sacred depiction of the birth of Jesus added a reverent touch to the overall holiday ambiance, reminding all who encountered it the true meaning behind this festive season. Mrs. Kennedy's commitment to elegance, attention to detail, and her ability to infuse tradition with her own creative vision made her Christmas decorations a true reflection of her impeccable style. By incorporating elements of classic ballet, honoring historical figures, and embracing the nativity scene, she created an atmosphere of timeless beauty, fostering a sense of wonder and joy within the White House during the holiday season. It was Mrs. Kennedy's influence on the Christmas traditions at the White House that have continued to inspire subsequent First Ladies, ensuring that the legacy of enchanting adornments and heartfelt celebrations live on in the hearts of all who visit the presidential residence. Like preceding administrations, the Kennedys hosted many Christmas parties and receptions throughout the month of December. This included the annual White House Staff Christmas Party, where employees and their families listened to Christmas music, danced, and enjoyed festive foods. The President and First Lady also gave every staff member a gift. In 1961, it was a photograph of the White House from the South Fountain. In 1962, it was a print of the Red Room based on a painting by Edward Lehman and autographed by the President and First Lady. While they never had the opportunity to give them to the staff, the Kennedys had prepared a similar print of the Green Room for Christmas in 1963. Throughout the month of December, these gatherings were marked by lively conversations, enchanting musical performances, and exquisite cuisine, reflecting the Kennedys' appreciation for culture and the desire to foster connections. For the other Christmas parties, they enjoyed the company of influential figures from around the world. During this time, the Kennedys understood the importance of giving back during the Christmas season. They initiated the Toys for Tots program, where they encouraged Americans to donate toys to underprivileged children, spreading joy and warmth during the winter months. This endeavor showcased the Kennedys' commitment to making a positive impact on society and exemplifying the true meaning of compassion during this time of the year. It was in 1961 that President Kennedy was scheduled to light the National Christmas tree, a tradition started in 1923 by President Calvin Coolidge. Ultimately, he did not attend the event, as his father, Joseph P. Kennedy, had suffered a stroke, so the president left Washington to be with his father. So it was Vice President Lyndon Johnson who performed the ceremonial lighting on behalf of the president. The following year, President Kennedy delivered a speech before lighting the National Christmas tree.
Ladies and gentlemen, Secretary Udall, members of the clergy, with the lighting of this tree, which is an old ceremony in Washington, and one which has been among the most important responsibilities of a good many presidents of the United States, we initiate in a formal way the Christmas season. We mark the festival of Christmas, which is the most sacred and hopeful day in our civilization. For nearly 2,000 years, the message of Christmas, the message of peace and goodwill towards all men, has been the guiding star of our endeavors. This morning I had a meeting at the White House, which included some of our representatives from far-off countries in Africa and Asia. They were returning to their posts for the Christmas holidays. Talking with them afterwards, I was struck by the fact that in the far-off continents, Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, as well as Christians, paused from their labors on the 25th day of September to celebrate the birthday of the Prince of Peace. There could be no more striking proof that Christmas is truly the universal holiday of all men. It is the day when all of us dedicate our thoughts to others, when all are reminded that mercy and compassion are the enduring virtues, when all show by small deeds and large, and by acts, that it is more blessed to give than to receive. It is the day when we remind ourselves that man can and must live in peace with his neighbors, and that it is the peacemakers who are truly blessed. And to all of you, I send my very best wishes for a blessed and happy Christmas and a peaceful and prosperous New Year. Thank you. This was first pressed by President Coolidge in 1923, and succeeding by President Hoover, Vice President Curtis, by Franklin Roosevelt on many occasions, by President Harry Truman, by President Eisenhower, by Vice President Johnson. I'm delighted to be in that illustrious company, and we therefore light the tree.
After the president had finished his speech, he then pushed the button, illuminating 5,000 multicolored lights to the delight of all who were in its view. Thank you so much for watching A White House Kennedy Christmas. Please let me know in the comments your favorite Christmas tradition. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next video.